I gotta figure out how to hook this up.
Well,
Cause the YouTube not working it though.
I don't know how to do it from that either. You don't have one person over there, right? Michael scared. Moved everybody over last night.
It's one new guy over there.
Oh yeah, the guy came yesterday.
Mm-hmm. She didn't show me how to hook this up.
I don't know how to do it either. I've never done it from here. I always do it from here and on the TV.
In the court, yeah.
I don't know. I know how to do it. I know how to do it from the Zoom side, but not
At Whole Foods Market, get
but not on this.
What you named it?
Roast and stew for $4.99 a pound.
915 BHT group.
I want to do. I just go on to YouTube.
I don't know if it'll let you go on like that. I was looking at it yesterday, but I didn't finish.
Let me see.
Let's see.
You say what you call it?
The 915 BHT.
So I look for household. I found something.
Let's see.
This one here.
No, that's old. So it should be like when you're right here.
So this thing ain't private.
It should go where they probably didn't put it private there. It's supposed to be, but
I know I can't sign in because I got no goddamn password.
It's supposed to say where it says go live.
Yeah. I don't know shit about no goddamn YouTube.
No, not on that one anyway. Yeah, not on that one. So.
She gonna get on the bitch nerves.
You gotta find something that did that.
Yeah. Get your ass down.
Mm-hmm. You don't know how to just let it alone.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's have a moment of silence, please, followed by the Serenity Prayer.
Andre don't be doing all this. He'll do it himself.
Yeah.
Don't be worried about this shit. Don't be worried about this shit.
Not really.
You'll be worried about it because her ass be bothering me about it.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Good morning, guys, and happy Tuesday. Good morning. Yeah, it's the him over here.
Do we want lights in here?
Yeah, I didn't even notice. Put them on, Jerry. Show you how to do the job.
Damn, you got pool sticks that mother?
Yeah, wrap you upside down. Go sit down somewhere.
Damn, it's something. He's gonna beat it into him.
I'm gonna get your young old ass. Yesterday we talked about recovery and relapse, and the stages we go through. When it comes to recovery and relapse, struggles, we go up, we go down, and things we continue to hold on. But there is a system, understand, where Samson created years ago. And how many of us understand the fact that when we are in our addiction, we go through stages? Give me a stage that you went through in your addiction. Jerry?
Yeah, I went to stage denial.
Denial.
Doubt.
doubt, relapse. Okay, I mean, we go through, life goes through stages. We have times in life where things are going well. We have times in life where things are not going so well. You understand? We have times in life where we are able to move forward in our goals. And there are sometimes we're just stuck right there. We can't go anywhere, but we don't go backwards. And it's the same way when it comes to our recovery or our change of life. Samson calls it the 5 stages of recovery. You understand? So how many of us, with a show of hand, you can tell me what stage you're in when it comes to your recovery?
This is not my, I did a drug program in jail. You know, I know there's some stages, is the action, you know, the stage, the action, the maintaining, and I believe I'm maintaining right now.
Where do you maintain? Anybody else? Describe your stage. Where you are? Where are you?
My stage is discovery.
Okay.
I'm in discovering the nature and understanding of the disease concept.
So you basically,
how it relates to me.
that stage is called the contemplation stage.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm in the maintenance stage.
Okay.
Fixing on myself.
All right, so let me pick the tree for some fruit. What makes you think you're in, describe to me why you think you're in the maintenance stage?
Because I'm not doubting no more. I'm not doubting myself no more, and because it's like I know I'm not going back to getting high. After when I go to work, a lot of the things I see is like I don't want to live like that. So in order for me not to live like that anymore, I gotta continue. I gotta do some maintenance work on myself, my mind, my heart, my emotions, my beliefs, my attitude,
Okay.
my whole personality. I gotta do some fixing, some working on me. So that's the stage I'm in. I'm working on myself, because if I don't do that, everything else don't matter. I'm gonna fall right back down the ladder.
Okay, so he described, he said, I'm working on basically my attitude, my emotions, learning how to try to deal with life on life terms and different stages, but there has to be a stage to get you to that point. You don't just come to treatment and sit down in the chair, and I'm not picking on you. You don't just come to treatment and sit down in the chair and sit down in the maintenance stage. Maintenance stage is when, I got you. Maintenance stage is when you have went through the stages or the necessary steps or processes in recovery, and you understand what you need to do, how you need to do it in order to be able to continue in recovery. Then you start to maintain. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody buys an extended warranty for a car you don't have. Right? So you have to understand the fact that your maintenance starts where? You know that these are downfalls that I have in my life, fine. But what have you done to overcome them? Go ahead, I'm kidding.
Like you were saying, like it has to be the action stage, because we're still in a controlled situation, a controlled environment with limited variables. Until you have all the variables coming out there and you overcome those variables, because we only have certain things here coming at us,
Right.
you know? So we're still putting into plan our action. You don't have the warranty on your car, but until you drive it, the warranty doesn't matter.
Right, exactly. Go ahead, I think I seen your hand again.
Well, the reason I said, maintaining stage is because I did a program. I was honest in that program. I was open to that program. I laid it all out. They gave me help, and so they gave me basically. I came with a problem. They gave me a solution. So that was there was my action. I was in action. Mm-hmm. So now I applied that program to. I learned it. I applied it, and now it's a different person. Now I'm different than when I first came to jail. Before that program, I'm a different person now, because I took the information, applied it, and it changed. And that's my new way of life now.
Okay.
You understand? So right now, I've been doing this program. If I tell you that I haven't done that program and I don't work that program a day, I'll be lying to you. So what I have to be is honest. I got a program. They taught me all my triggers, all my high risk, and it was a lot of beautiful stuff that they taught me, like, just write everything down that happens, you know what I'm saying? And so basically what I'm doing, I'm maintaining. I'm gonna continue what they helped me, what helped me. You know, I'm maintaining, and I can't let it go because once I let that go, it's like I never did anything because I'm just gonna go right back to you.
All right, put a pin in it.
No, I was listening. I haven't.
All right. Okay, so I hear you say that I'm in the maintenance stage of my recovery. You know, I went through I've been to treatment before. I've been to a program. I've learned how to journal. I've learned how to express my thoughts in a very positive way. I've learned how to deal with life, but I'm in treatment again. Where did I stop maintaining, or where did you stop maintaining your recovery that brought you back to treatment?
I went to treatment 9 months ago, and I got released from jail. So I did the treatment. I was there, and I went from there to here. I'm coming from jail.
Okay. All right, I get that point. Go ahead.
The reason I say that is discovery for me, because like me, like the gentleman down there, I've been cheated before also.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm relinquished myself. I'm seeing what works and what don't work under the microscope in the test tube.
Okay.
So it's not a maintenance stage with me. When I was out there, when I didn't maintain my car, change the oil in it, and the filters, and then put the water in it, and guess what happened? It fails on. So now I got to put it back in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
So it ain't in the maintenance no more. It's in the repair.
Okay.
It's in the repair. I'm in the repair stage and discovery stage. What needs to be fixed, and under this microscope and this test tube, see what works, what still don't work. What gives me joy, what don't give, what causes conflict.
Well, okay, I get you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've probably been to 15 or 20 treatment centers in my life.
Yeah.
I probably, I was chronic relapse. But one thing I understood about myself, I could come to treatment and I could be the model guy in treatment.
Yeah.
I knew the lingo. I knew what this meant. I knew what that meant, but I just did not have the authority over myself to do it. The majority of the guys that sit in here, the NA, the AA, the program inside and out. You know what it says do, you know what it says don't do. You can verbalize a great recovery, but you can't internalize your recovery. The big difference. Internalizing means what?
Internalize.
If I internalize this program, it means what? I'm living.
Yeah.
You understand? But if I know all of the external do's and don'ts of the program, that means what? Mr. Poppin, but that means what? If I can externalize the program, what does that mean to you?
If you can externalize it,
Yeah.
it means you're living it.
Well, no. If I internalize it, it's a part of me. It's who I am. If I externalize it, the only thing I have is I can verbally express the program, but I have no idea how to internalize. In other words, I have no idea how to operate the program. I know how to externally read the steps. I know how to tell you what the big book says. I know how to tell you what my sponsor told me to do. I know how to tell you what Jerry explained to me how to do, but I have no idea how to live it.
That's intellectualized.
Yeah, that's intellectualized. I mean, external.
Yeah.
It's verbal.
Right.
So I mean, I can talk recovery, but I have no idea how to live recovery. I can make myself sound good, and I can make everybody say, "Ooh, you understand shit?" Wade got that shit down pat, man. That's the valedictorian of the class. Shit, Wade got this shit. You hear me? You don't want to talk to somebody, go to Wade. But when it comes to the reality of operating in the program, Wade has not known how to do that. So what happens, you understand, when you leave your program, it's going to be tested. All that bullshit that you ram it off your mind, off the top of your head, and off your tongue, is going to be tested. So this is important to know and understand what stage you're in life or in recovery. It's very important. Very important. The pre-contemplation stage means what? I'm not ready for treatment. Neither am I ready to get clean. I'm thinking about it. It's on my mind. Something I know I got to do. But yet I'm just not ready to give up the heroin. I'm not ready to give up my weed. I'm not ready to give up that feeling weed. I'm in a pre-contemplation stage. Anybody here in that stage? Thank you for being honest. Why you say you're in that stage?
I'm not ready to give it up.
Okay. And I thank you for your honesty. Because this is a program about being honest. And now y'all probably looking at Dad and saying, shit, he needs to be ready. But he's honest about where he at. Now, if I wanted to say, I wish I would have said it, I would say his chances of becoming clean and sober is great.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
Why do I say that?
But he's honest.
Because he's honest about where he is. He has a great opportunity now. He's open to a whole lot of new material, a whole lot of new stuff that may change his life. So what about the guy that is sitting here who's playing recovery? What about the guy that's sitting here that's saying everything to your counselor that you know she or he wants to hear, but yet you have no idea what the hell you're talking about? You're at a pre-contemplation stage, because you're in the recovery or the treatment environment, but actually you're not ready. You're only ready because I'm pre-trial. And I know if I don't do this program, they're gonna lock my ass back up. They're gonna put a warrant out for me. That's the only reason why I'm here. This is the only reason why I'm a part of this program. Can you be honest with yourself enough to say, hey, that's where I really am? Why I ask you to be honest with yourself about that's where you really are? Because they're gonna show up when you're on the other side of the gate. Everything you say you don't want to do is everything you're gonna be tested with over there. You don't have no test in here. Y'all sneak a little alcohol in every now and then and snort a few miles and bullshit, all that sort of shit, but that ain't no real temptation. I'm just keeping you stuck. So anybody ready to say that you're still in the pre-contemplation stage? If you understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
Does anybody, okay? So what about the contemplation stage? It says, I'm ready to bring about a change in the future, but I have not totally surrendered. I know a lot of you right here testing. How many is at that spot in the contemplation stage? I know where I'm at, I'm just not totally ready to surrender. What are you not ready to surrender? What is it about you? Because you got to know that. You can't sit here and bullshit me and bullshit yourself. You got to know that. You know why? Because what you don't understand is what's going to attack you out there. So what is it about? And let's get down and take our shoes off and get buck naked. What are you not ready to change? You got to talk to me this morning. What are you not ready to change? What is it you're still holding on to? Ready to bring about a change in the future, but I haven't totally surrendered. What you holding on to? Come on, this your group right now. Ain't no wrong answer. Your answer is your answer. What are you still holding on to?
The lifestyle.
The lifestyle. What's so? Look what's so.
Nightlife.
Nightlife.
Yeah, man.
Describe.
At night, I change. I just
You turn into Dracula or some shit?
yeah.
You turn into Dracula or some shit?
Yeah.
I mean, the nightlife. But how many times have you been in jail?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
How many times have you been in treatment?
Twice.
Why? Describe to me every time you go to jail. Because of what?
Yeah, the nightlife.
Yeah. So what's so exciting about something that locks your ass up? You understand? That I just can't let go of because I know the results of this shit. Go lock me up. So what's so exciting about that part of life that you will put your life on the line? You got to self-examine. I mean, I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna be on your ass this morning. I appreciate you looking at me, giving me eye contact. I appreciate that shit, but you're not focused on why you like the lifestyle. You got to be willing to let that go. You got to find something in your life that replaces whatever it is out there in the night that makes you feel like you turn into Superman or some shit. I'm serious, guys. I mean, I'm talking to him, but I'm speaking collectively. I mean, you have to understand it. What is it about that life? Because for me, in recovery, I love that fucking high. I love that first shot or that first hit of that pipe. I love that shit. And until I was willing to be able to express that and to be honest about that, like Dad, I couldn't get clean. Because I came to the program and I only told you what you want to hear, man. I'm doing that shit. Fuck that shit. Man, that shit wasn't worth a damn. I was lying. Knowing if I got that first hit again, man, I was going to be the dream hit. And I was not willing to let go of that first hit or that first drunk wave. I wasn't willing to let go of that first half of fame. Until I understand that this is where I was in life. I was holding on to something that felt good, but it was killing me. So now for the next 15 years, I'm chasing everything in life that feels good. You know why I reject treatment and relapse a million times? Because treatment didn't feel good. It didn't allow me to enjoy the nightlife, so to speak. That's so important that each and every man in here to understand where you are in life. If you don't know where you are in life, how the hell do you know where you're going? You don't know where you are. You're just out here floating in the universe. Anything you can attach yourself to you because you don't know where you're going. What did I ask y'all to do today? I asked everybody yesterday, when you come back to the group today, I want you to tell me the one thing about you that's worth investing in. What do you have in you that's worth investing in?
Life.
No, yeah, that's true. I'll say that. In other words, you're here. You're right here. I'm ready to bring about the change in my life, but I don't understand where I'm at right now. I want to be clean and sober. I'm talking clean and sober, but I have no idea where I'm at. I'm a part of the program and I'm going along with what everybody else says and everybody else does. Because this is what I believe that you expect of me. I want to come here and I want to do everything that the counselors want me to do or whatever. I want your respect, but I don't know how to operate in nothing I'm talking about because I'm not going to act because I don't want you to say, shit, I thought you knew. That's another thing that always kept me stuck in treatment and recovery because I knew how to read off the 12 steps. I knew passages in the big book. And everybody was looking at me like, you know what I'm saying, I was the guy that you can come ask a question to and I would have the answer. And I didn't know shit, but I was too prideful to let you know I didn't know. So I went through the whole 6 months of the program faking the funk. And 30 days later, you understand, I'm crash and burn. Because I don't want to let you know that I don't know. That's important in life. A lot of you are ready to change, but you don't want to expose where you are. You want to hold on to that little nightlife scene. You know what I'm saying? I let everything else go, but I'm going to hold on to this little nightlife scene. You understand? You know, that's my one little thing. You know, shit. You know, that ain't bothering nobody. That ain't hurting me. You understand? I'm going to go out and get me a little nookie. That ain't no problem. You understand? I'm a man. That's what I'm supposed to do. Until the nookie leads you way over here, understand, in Taylor Town at 2 o'clock in the morning, looking for a foot dragon. And the only thing she wants is your $20, but before she get it, she wants you to drop her off around the corner so she can get her package. So you look at the fact now, they'll say, man, look how freaky she get when she hit that thing. She's gonna coming out of clothes. Shit, let me get me one. That's how it started. That one little thing I didn't want to let go of. That nightlife. And there's so many times, so many of us sit right here, we're holding on to stuff. We're holding on to the situation that's keeping us back because we don't want to be honest about where we are. We don't want to be open and honest about what we do and where we are in our mindset. The preparation stage, it says, I'm making steps towards taking action towards treatment, sponsors, and a meeting. Where are you? Who's in the preparation stage? Anybody here in the preparation stage? Or everybody stuck in pre-contemplation and contemplation?
I got a question. Is there a stage where you did a program? I learned the same thing was in the program that I did. So it's been it's been like 10 months ago. But see the program I went the extra mile because I'm really tired of addiction, really tired of gaining, losing, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be nothing. But like they said, you could a lot of things. You could go more than okay. I'm still learning. All I want to do is keep learning. All I want to do is if it's gonna work, give me. You know what? Is there a stage for that?
I don't quite follow you. You know what I
I
mean?
already did this.
Okay.
I have a program with it's the same program. It's a CB2 program.
Okay.
Okay, it's the same thing, the same work, and even the same work from the other day is the same program. But I'm still like I learned that, but I'm still learning, and it's already been time. It's been like 10 months. Is there a stage for that?
Let me, when you're in recovery or you're in treatment, this is something that you got to do the rest of your life.
Yeah.
This is not something that you go to school and you graduate from, you get a damn certificate and say, oh, Mr. Ronald Poppin is 6 months clean and sober. He's free. This is something that you have to do daily. This is an action you have to do daily. This is just a blueprint of what you should do in life, but you got to know you. You understand? Because there's going to be a lot of shit you're going to be told that may not even be relevant to where you are. But you have to know you.
What is that? What does that mean?
What you mean?
What is it?
What I mean, there may be things that are said that's not even where you're at. That may not even be for you at that time. Or okay. I got to know me. If you don't understand and know you, you can't understand how to move forward. He said, I like the nightlife. So you got to work on that part to figure out what part of that nightlife, you know what I'm saying, that excites me so much to where it draws me to be out there and then I wind up in jail. I have to know, I'm quite sure y'all remember this phrase, to thine own self be true. Yeah. Know you. Because I'm going to tell you this, as much, there's no book, there's no counselor, there's no therapist can keep you clean. Keeping clean is your decision. I was clean and sober and homeless. I was clean and sober, having to sleep in my damn car. I was clean and sober, you understand, having to hustle, you understand, and ask my friends to help me out and get me out there, but I didn't get high. You see that? None of that taught me that. It didn't teach me that. But I made a decision every day that whatever I'm going through right now, I'm not going to pick up the devil. Because I knew that was only going to make my situation worse. See, that's something nobody can teach you. That's something that you have to pull from within yourself. Because there are going to be a lot of times and situations in your life, Jerry, you understand, well, your mind going to go blank when it comes to shit. You're going to be sitting there trying to think about, oh, man, what is my organization? I
do I agree with that?
There are days when you're only gonna be able to survive on your sheer determination to want to stay clean. There's gonna be days, you understand, your stomach is gonna rumble. You gonna want that drink, you gonna want that high, but you're gonna have to make a decision if that's what you really wanna do with your life. Huh? Temptation, you understand, is what you give the power. What is what you give power to? Temptation don't have authority over you until you give it to it. Understand? We so afraid of temptation, but temptation don't have no authority over you. You give it authority over you because you go to focusing on. Let me ask you a question. Yeah, I hope you don't think I'm taking a picture. If I take this out and look at Hunter, I say, Hunter, smile, let me take your picture. What's going to show up on the other hand? Why? Why is it going to show a picture of Hunter? Why is it going to show a picture of Dad? Why is not? No, I'm just saying, why is it going to show a picture of Hunter?
Because you focus on it.
Very good. Because what you focus on in life is what develops. So if you focusing, you understand, on being tempted, you know, you whirl around the corner, you walk around, and you know, if that's what you focus on, that's what you're going to draw. You have to walk and recover, I would say, and you have to walk with confidence. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 minutes, you understand? But hey, I know what, right now, I'm strong. Higher power, you understand, whatever the next hour brings, help me to stay strong. Stop focusing on what you're afraid of and start looking at what you have the victory of. That's the way you're going to be able to get over certain situations in life. You know, action stage if you make serious actions toward changes in life. Because I mean, who is at that stage, the action stage? I would say you were right there, Mr. Parker.
Well, you know, I got some goals right now, and when I came here, I had the obsession to use all the time. I don't have the obsession anymore. I still think about using, but then there's this side of me that says, you know what's going to happen, you know, because I don't like being here. I didn't like all the time being in prison, and you know, I start to realize that the things that I do today affect those circumstances.
Right.
So the goals are what is keeping me going right now. That's the goal, and it's to complete the program, you know, save up enough money so I can take it when I get out, have my own place, and so forth and so on. But, and I know a lot of the battle is up here in my head. That's exactly where it's at.
That's right.
So, but I got a long way to go. I mean, I wish we had A&E. I'm glad you're back. I really, really am, because, you know, we haven't had a whole lot of reality like how to stay sober. I know you know how to stay sober. But yeah, I have to be honest with myself. And you know, I'm out there in the community now, and you know, I created another Facebook account, and then I realized I just realized that everybody that I know gets high. So it's gonna be time for a change. You know what I'm saying? It's just time for a change.
Well, you know, when I was a kid, one of my favorite shows I used to like in the morning was Daniel Boone. You know, and Daniel, they come on and they talk about, you understand, how he, you know, took off and went through the wilderness, cutting paths, you understand, for all of those that was coming out west, and you understand he had his Indian friends and all of this different stuff. So, well, what's the point? I'm glad you asked. Is that at your point in life, you're gonna have to create your own path. All of the friends that I knew got high too. All of the lady friends, guys, everybody was associated with getting drunk and getting high or something negative. So at that point in life, I had to learn how to get out on my own, go out in the wilderness, and create my own path. Because I had to change the way I think and change the different attitudes of people that I've dealt with. I had to learn how to do different things. And guess what? A lot of times I was by myself. And right today, just I'd be damn, I don't really have no friends that I go hang out with and watch football with, because all of them drank. I went to the city Saturday, stopped by a guy I know they don't get high, but they drink. You understand? And we sitting out there, I'm talking to a few minutes, because I already know I can't stay no longer than 10 minutes. Not because I'm afraid I'm gonna get drunk, but just the fact, you understand, their conversation ain't my conversation anymore. I just stopped by to check on you to see how you doing, and let you know, you understand, I ain't got so bourgeoisie, you understand, to where I can't talk to you. But the fact of the matter, 10 or 15 minutes as long as I stay there. I'm gone. Where you going? I got something to do. Because I know within an hour, they're going to want some money. You know what I'm saying? Let me hold up. You know what I'm saying? And if that don't work, just go buy me a 6-pack. You understand? All different type of shit gonna happen. So I have to leave before that part of life takes place. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times what I do, I say, hey man, here's $20, I'm gone. I already know what you're gonna do with it. You know what I'm saying? But what decision you make in your life is your decision. And I'm not giving you something, I'm giving you something to let you know, hey man, hey, I'm cool, I'm all right, here you go. I know you're down and out. But that's just the case. But you have to learn to understand that a lot of times in this situation, you're going to be alone. Why? Because just like Ronald Papa said, all of the friends I knew, you understand, would get high. I don't know no guys that don't get high. Because for the last 20 years, all I've been doing, hanging out, you understand, with chicken heads and getting high. Okay. So how do I start a new life? How do I blaze the trail and open up a new path in my life? And for some of us, that's going to be very hard, because we're not going to want to let go of those guys that we used to hang out with and this and that and that and this. You understand? Because we don't want to be alone with myself. I know what I'm supposed to do. I know I'm in the maintenance stage. I'm in the action stage in my life, but I'm lonely. The people I know they're not where I'm at. So if I give you a rope, I'm on the rooftop, you at the bottom, and I throw the rope, one end of the rope down to you, and I got the other end of the rope, who gonna win the tug of war? Yeah, why?
Because gravity.
You got more leverage. So what happened is, when we get lonely and tired, we go to reaching down in situations that we used to be in, reaching out to people that we used to hang out with, and eventually what happens? Eventually what happens? You're right back. They're going to pull you right back down to where you come from. Mm-hmm. Because once you go through this stage of pre-contemplation, the completion, preparation, action, and you're doing maintenance on yourself, one of the important things of being maintenance on yourself is to love yourself. To love yourself, to know that it's okay to be okay. It's okay, you understand, if I got to watch a football game by myself. You understand? It's okay if I got to do this by myself. It's okay, you understand, it's 9 or 10 o'clock, you understand, I would like to go out, but I can't go out with the right people. It's okay for me to stay at home. You got to understand how to be okay with you. You have to find the love and care enough from within yourself to care for yourself. Every day I ride, every morning I go to Wawa. I switch up. I have a season of Dunkin' Donuts and I have a season for Wawa. So right now I'm in my Wawa season. And every morning, Nancy can tell you this, every morning it's got somebody there. Lucy, can you give me that? Can you give me this? Can you give me that? And sometimes I get so fucking mad because I know you have the capability of going out here and changing your life. But then I have to stop. You know, and I wind up giving $1. I have to stop because I feel so bad inside to just walk away from it. I can see the hurt and the pain. But I know that $1 that I give him, you understand, it's not gonna help his cause. But I give it to him anyway because of my heart, you understand, goes out. I know you're going to get a drink. I know you need that other $1 so you can run across the street over there behind checkers and get him a hit. I already know that. But it's not in my heart to just walk away from a person when I know I got a pocket full of money. And I remember when I was eating out of dumpsters. I remember when I was sleeping in a abandoned building. I remember when I was hustling and panhandling. And I know the hurt and the pain that you go through when you're in that situation in life. When you don't went so low to where you don't even have no pride about your life anymore. You just sit at the door, wait for somebody to give you something in life. That's a hard life. So where do you find or come to that place in your life where you love yourself and you care enough about yourself to blaze your own path? Because this is what you're going to have to do, each and every one of you. When you leave treatment, you're going to have to cut a new path in life for you to go through. Because the people that you once used to hang out on this side of the jungle, you understand, you're in a new part of the jungle. What are you going to do about that? Because there's going to be days that you're going to be by yourself, the days you're going to be lonely. You're going to go through this stage in life. Every stage that you go through is going to be a test. It's going to be a test. So what happens at 10 o'clock when the lights go out? You ain't got your boy to holler at no more. You're in the bunk by yourself and you trapped with your thoughts. Over and over in your mind. You see, because that's the person that you really are. The person you really are is the person that goes to bed at 10 o'clock by yourself. When you get in that bunk, you by yourself. I don't care if there's 3 other men in the room, but you're by yourself. The 3 other men in the room don't know what you're thinking. The 3 other rooms, understand, don't see the guilt that you're going through trying to go to sleep. The 3 other men don't see, you understand, like you say, the shame, the guilt, and the shame, and the remorse you had because mama couldn't put her purse down because you were scared of that damn dime she had. They don't see that. But you feel that. You have to live with that part of your life. How do you change and come to a point in your life where you can love yourself in spite of where you have been? But you can love yourself right where you are. And it makes me mad a lot of times because I look 1, 2, 3, and you sit here like this, it doesn't mean shit to you. In my mind, a lot of times I can just say, fuck it, I don't care. But I know what you're missing. You know, information is important. I know what you're missing. And trust me, when you get back out there on the streets, you're gonna find out what I'm talking about. Because all them boys you rattling off on your mouth right now do not give a shit about you. I ain't damn one of them sent you one time while you were sitting in the damn county. You was worrying your mama to death. Mama, I need this. Mama, can you send me some drugs? I need this. But all them homeboys that you were running with out there ain't sending you shit. But these are the first people that you will run to before you even go see mama. I go see the boy. God, man, I'm back, I'm down. I said, mama ain't seen you. You've been out 2 days. But you run into the arms of somebody who don't give a living shit about you. And you don't even care about you. This is the part, this is recovery. That's treatment. This is a bunch of action stuff, a bunch of words and stuff that men who ain't never got high put together. You know, Some man, somebody in Silicon Valley, you understand, a rich man found out a way I can write a book about addiction, you understand, and shit, make a killing off of it. But you got to understand your life. Now, I'm not saying that none of this is helpful. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that no matter how much you get from a book, you still got to blaze your own path in life.
You gotta be dedicated to it.
Well, yeah, you have to be dedicated, but you have to create your own path now, because you don't travel the path that you once traveled. You travel a whole different new life, and guess what? That life is going to be different, totally different.
It will bring you happiness.
What happened?
It will bring you happiness.
Why not bring it? Let it bring you joy.
That would be the same thing.
No, two different things. Two different things.
Mm-hmm.
I can take your happiness, but I can't take your joy. Happiness is surface shit. Joy is something that's deep down inside. I don't care what you go through, you can't steal my joy. I can be broke as the Ten Commandments, but I'm all right. But if I'm happy, you understand, I mean, if they come repossess my car, I'm
Yeah,
sad.
they say gonna go there.
I'm sad. You know what I'm saying? They freeze my bank account, I'm fucked up. So I always tell you, joy, when you get the joy of learning how to live and the joy of living down in your life, ain't nobody take that from you. And I experienced that when I had to sleep in my car. When I lost my place, not because I was getting high, you understand, but because of financial situation, you understand, I realized and understand about 2 years later that it was joy that kept me. I didn't know at that point. Yeah, I was angry, I was frustrated, you understand, but I knew one thing. I enjoyed the way I was living. I enjoyed, instead, having a car to sleep in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was different. I mean, and I was not going to allow a substance to take that from me. So, in order to move forward and to move forward in your program and in your recovery, you got to get all right with you. Because you started getting high because you weren't all right with you. It's something about yourself that you didn't understand and that you didn't like. You understand? And alcohol and drugs made you feel like you was that person. Alcohol and drugs, shit. When I went out to the club, I didn't think I could dance if I was high. I ain't have no rhythm. But shit, you let me get a couple of in me. A nice little hit. Shit, I was James Brown.
Y'all man, please, gentlemen.
That was a deception of the drug. I had low self-esteem. I didn't know and understand and realize that I had the capability of having a good woman in my life and having better things in life because, you understand, I heard the fact that, Jerry, you ain't gonna be shit. I heard that too much until I internalized it. Okay, mama, you say I ain't gonna be shit, I ain't gonna be shit. I'm gonna show you how not to be shit. And I carried that shit for years and years and years. The resentment and the anger that I had toward family members, the resentment and the anger that I had toward people who had physically done me wrong and mentally done me wrong, I carried that shit. I carried them with me everywhere I go. I carried them with me, you understand, through everything. And the only way I got rid of them was then I go around the corner, and if I wanted to get rid of them, I would say, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's how I dealt with it. See, that was the only escape I had from the pain that I was trapped in. Momentarily, I was free, but I had to keep it up. I wound up in prison 2 times. I wound up in jail so many times. Shit, I had my own cell. You know. Criminal history this long. Stayed stayed in the newspaper, because in that town I was from, if you got caught with a misdemeanor or anything, they'll publish your name in the newspaper. Shit. I had enough paper just then to start my own news company. Because every other weekend, my name was in there for some shit. And guess what? Every time I did it, I was drunk. Police chief told me, they said, Jerry, you made something wrong with you. Every time I catch you for doing some shit, you drunk. You got a problem. But how can you tell a 21-year-old, 23-year-old man, saying alcohol is bad? And that's all you know. This is why I explained to you that you have to understand how to find a new pathway in life. This is your opportunity while you're here. This is your opportunity to find a new pathway in life. And stop bullshit. I seen Ronald came in here. I mean, I know how Ronald was sneaking, doing this cigarettes and sneaking, do this shit and do that shit. But at some point, he decided to catch grip and do something different in life. And I'm proud of him. He I obtained him a job. He's maintained his job. He had an opportunity to free him to go back and forth from his job. He don't come back in drunk. He don't fail his drug test. You understand? So that tells me what? He's working on himself. At some point, you have to find out and create a new path for your life. Why do I always self-destruct like that? What is that hurt and resentment that you're holding on to? Because it's going to keep you stuck. You keep trying to defeat whatever it is you are afraid of or hurting about. You keep trying to defeat it with a needle in your arm. You keep trying to defeat it, you understand, with a crack pipe. You keep trying to defeat it, you understand, with alcohol. I don't want to let go of that lifestyle, that nightlife. I like that nightlife. I don't care if they send me to jail, that's fine. I enjoy that life better. And the thing about it constantly destroys us. So at some point in life, you understand, it works if you work it. If you want to work. You have to understand and decide, when are you going to change your life? I'm 54 years old, and I sit back sometimes and I have regrets. Because I said to myself, damn, Jerry, if you would have had a fraction of the sense that you have right now, shit, you'd be awesome. But then I have to stop and tell myself, I'm already awesome. I can't turn back the hands of time, but it does not mean that I can't stop time or continue to move in time, is what I'm about to say. Because there are a lot of things that I regret. I should have did, I could have did, in order to be able to move on in life. Recovery and being in a program is about changing your life. Changing the way you look at you. You can't tell me this is what you want to do in life. But I haven't made up my mind. I'm not ready for treatment. I'm not ready to get clean. I'm at a contemplation stage. I'm thinking about it, you understand? But, I don't know. What am I going to miss? I'm making steps toward taking action because I'm here. But I haven't decided to really act out in what I believe in, because I've made a serious actions toward change. How many of you have made a serious action toward change? You've been here before. Steve, you've been here before. Wade, you've been here before. Who else? Some of y'all don't remember. 20 years ago. But you've been here before. You should know better than anybody, any other man in the city. You should know better. And should know, you understand, that it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. You keep committing suicide over and over and over again. As my grandfather used to tell me all the time, he said, boy, you dead, you just ain't laid down. You're dead, son. I love you, but you're dead. And the only thing keeping you going, you haven't decided to lay down, but you dead. And a lot of us sit right here, we're dead. You don't have no fire in your eyes, you don't have no glow in your eyes, you don't have nothing. You're just existing. But you can change that. You can change that. And it's not gonna be fun, it's not gonna be easy all the time when it comes to changing your life, because, you know, we're not used to change. We're used to, what's the word I'm looking for? We're used to just doing shit repetitiously, over and over again. And a lot of us keep relapsing because we don't want to change. And then some of us keep relapsing because we do want to change, but we're afraid to change. Sam Cooke wrote a song. He said, I'm afraid to die because I don't know what's out there beyond the sky. And that's the way a lot of us, we sit right here, you understand? I'm afraid to change my life because I don't know what it's like living a changed life. You see, I know what it's like to be a junkie. I know what it's like to be a nobody. And guess what? I've gotten comfortable with being that. But now you want me to be an upstanding citizen. You want me to change my life. I don't know nothing about that life. I'm okay with going to jail every year. I'm okay with going to prison every other year. I'm okay with that. I know that because I know what to expect. But I don't know how to be clean. I don't know how to get up every morning and go to a job. I don't know how to maintain my rent. I don't know how to do this and that. And shit's spooky to me because I never had to do that. I just got up and did what I want to do. Go ahead, Robert.
And what you just said is, you know, I've been there 7 months, and the only reason I can think that I'm sober and doing it is because that's unacceptable to me anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't want to do no more time in prison. It's unacceptable for me to go to jail all the time, for me to OD regularly. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's really keeping me sober. That shit's unacceptable. I just can't do it anymore.
I understand it. And you have to get to a point to where you're tired. Then different things start happening in your life. You're tired, you don't want to do that, you understand? All of a sudden, then another door opens for you to go a little bit higher. You stay there in that situation for a long time, the door opens for you to go a little bit higher, you go do something else. Next thing you know, you understand, shit, I'm head chef on my job. Damn, when I got here, you understand, I was just only here because I didn't want to go to jail. But look where I'm at now. Now I'm at a point where I'm starting to enjoy life. You know, I can go out and I can enjoy myself, and I don't have to worry about if I'm gonna get drunk. If I'm gonna go run off around the corner while she's sitting here waiting on the dinner to come. I can run off for her, get me a hit and come back. I don't have to worry about that because life starts to change. Life starts to change, and I start to enjoy the change in my life. You know, for some of us, we sit here and we hold on to bullshit stuff. Bullshit stuff all the time. I can't do nothing, man. Damn white man keep me down. Shit, them white them crackers don't mean shit to me. You understand? They don't mean me no good. Fuck that shit. You understand? I mean, shit, white man been keeping the Negro down for years, and he's still keeping the Negro down. You're a damn lie. You keeping yourself down. You got your foot on your own neck. Well, I don't know, man. I wanted your job, but see, they give all the Negroes a fast food job. Every time you go to Burger King, all you see black people. We use silly type of shit like that to hold us back. A white man ain't never held me back. The biggest enemy Gerald ever had was Gerald. You can accomplish and be whatever you want to be in life if you choose to do that. I ain't saying the road gonna be easy for you to change your life. No, it's not gonna be easy. I ain't gonna sit here and try to sell, pipe dream like it's gonna be a flower bed of ease. It's not. Anything that you want in life or anything worth having in life is going to be worth fighting for. You're going to have to go through some shit to get it. Anybody you see today that's a millionaire who has a great, successful business, they'll tell you it wasn't easy. What you see now, you understand, of the result of what I went through. You know, I told a guy that one time, and I said, man, I want to be just like you. He said, are you willing to go through what I went through to get where I'm at? Are you really willing to go through that? I want to do this. I want to do that. One of y'all go get a job for $18, $19 an hour. Can you keep it? You know, we sit back and we internalize so much stuff in life that keeps us down, and we don't realize it. Just the little bullshit that we use to keep us down. The biggest enemy you're fighting is the one that you create, because I listen to everything. My counsel or my guidance counselor, you understand, is a rap song on the TV. That's who I pattern my thoughts after. Man, you hear what he said? That shit deep. And they selling you a bunch of bullshit about a lifestyle that they don't even live. They come from the studio, go home and babysit. Their little boy, clean him up, cook. And you trying to follow the shit that they spitting out on TV. You going to prison and jail, understand, and they making another CD. You think about that.
I think you're talking about change, and the program that I went through, they said that there's power in change. And so I just want to put that out there. And also, I got one question. I'm looking at this, like, I believe that I was going to make this stage because I was in the action stage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now looking at it clearly, and I read number 5. It says I said I'm in the maintenance stage, but I clearly, I didn't see all of that, or I forgot all of that. It says working the steps. Working the steps means it's 12 steps of Narcotics Anonymous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we call working the steps, you know. Admit that I'm powerless over my addiction. I come to believe that the power greater myself can restore me to sanity.
I know.
You know, stuff like that, yeah.
This is my 11th or 12th treatment.
Okay.
I don't know the steps, but I know the steps. And I'm not making mistakes because I have not started working.
Okay. One thing I learned about myself, it's just been 5 years ago that I could drink coffee. I'll show you how you have to learn yourself. Every time I would drink a cup of coffee, you understand, it would make me feel like I was on crack. My stomach goes to jittering and shit. I'm all over the place, you understand? And I thought I wanted to get high. But it was just a massive dose of caffeine that was messing me up. So when you don't understand who you are in your body and the way it functions, you're saying your addiction will trick you into thinking that you need something, when actually you understand it's just something hey, what happens if I don't get enough rest? I'm cranky, all type of bullshit. What happens when I don't take care of myself? I don't exercise. You know what I'm saying? I'm sluggish, and I'm acting like I was when I was been on a 3-day run. You know what I'm saying? I'm just burnt out. And what happens is when our bodies and our minds go through that, you know what our minds say? It takes you right back to the addiction. So this is what I'm saying. When you say the maintenance stage, once we start learning how to work the stuff, and believe me, a lot of us, we already work the stuff we don't know. Once I started eating healthy and having an exercise and stuff like that, I felt better. Now I can drink caffeine because I don't have that issue anymore, but I understood that was my issue. I wasn't craving no crack. I just had too much caffeine. I made the coffee too strong. Really? But the mindset, when my body felt a certain way, the mindset, all it knew all the mind registered when the body was feeling a certain way, the mind registered and said, you're high. Because it's the same feeling that you had. So it took a while. And what I'm saying is change. It takes change. And I know these type of groups is boring. Now,
No.
I was just shut the fuck up. I mean, I know it is. It's hard for me to sit through election. But the thing about it is information puts you on the pathway of change. I can almost guarantee you might be nodding out or whatever, but something I said when you get out there will resonate in your life. You know what Mr. Gerald said that. You know what Miss Nancy said that. You know, even when you thought you wasn't paying attention. You got to be able to grab information, and the reason why you go through these groups or whatever is to have redundancy in your life. You understand? So when you're in a situation, you got some reference to go back to. When I was getting high, I didn't have no reference.
What does redundancy mean?
Over and over again. I didn't have no reference because I didn't know anything about being in recovery. I didn't know anything about treatment. You understand? I didn't know anything about that. So I had no reference to go to. I don't be get up in the middle of the night, going looking for the crack man, running down the street, you understand, saying, Lord, please don't let me get high. But I'm running straight to his house. I ain't never slow down. I said, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm saying that all the way to the track, to the door. I didn't want them, but I had no authority over myself to not to want them because I had no information to go back to. Just a voice saying you don't have to get high is not going to do it. You got to find something that resonates with you, something that you can hold on and you can grab onto that's going to keep you, you understand, when you're on your way from Broward Boulevard to Los Angeles. You got to have something to hold on to because you got to pass by a lot of dope between here and Los Angeles. Then you got to deal with the fact that all of the good dope is on Los Angeles. How I did that when I walk in the job in the morning, you understand, getting ready to prep in my station, and I peek around the corner and I see my boss man getting in my line. Or over at the bar, you understand, because nobody showed up yet, you understand, pouring them with an early morning drink. These are the type of situations, the type of scenarios that you have to be ready for. But the first thing in your mind will tell you, oh, this is my fault, man. He's a millionaire. Shit, he's very great. I do. That's how my mind used to think. Shit. How you doing, Gerald? You on time, huh? Yes, sir, I'm on time. Man, you're a real good worker. I'm glad I hired you, man. I said, come on, have a drink. Shit, kid, why not? Because you don't have no reference. You don't forgot all about, you know what I'm saying, the 6 years you did up the road. You don't forgot all about, you know what I'm saying, the days in the county, you know what I'm saying, when you was eating the bologna sandwiches that big, you know what I'm saying, with the bread with that wide. So I had to get a damn hound dog to find a piece of meat in there. You remember that, huh? You wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning for breakfast, you understand, 10 o'clock for lunch, at 4:30 for dinner. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night, you starving to damn death.
Wow.
You don't remember that. You forget all about that. When you come there with $100, they confiscate or they put in your account. Shit, here 2 weeks later, I got $1. What am I my money with? I'm gonna get me a fucking lawyer. You ain't gonna get shit. You know what I'm saying? Because now when you go to jail, you have to pay to be there. Ain't that some shit? You gotta pay to be there every day, you understand, back home, they'll charge you $7 a day to be locked up. If you had $50, $60 when they arrest you, you ain't gonna have it long. And they're gonna make sure that you wasn't gonna spend it all on canteen because you were only allowed to buy so much canteen.
Wow.
We gonna get this money. Can't call home because then when your mama gets the phone bill, you got a $200 phone bill. They'll charge you damn near $5 a minute to call home. Now you can't even call home no more, cause mama, she don't call my fucking house no more, cause I ain't paying this bill. Now you're stuck. And that's the reality. All because we're in a stage in life that we don't want to give up that nightlife. There's something out there that keeps calling me that makes me think this is where I need to be. Man, I'm so sorry. I see y'all at the quarter. I don't run past.
Hey, listen.
I just get into it, man.
We gotta come back.
Huh?
We gotta come back.
Come back at a quarter to. I usually get a 15-minute break, and I went past. You're supposed to get out at 10:15.
You gonna do the next script too?
Hey, look.
Yeah.
You all in my ear. Don't be still here, I think.
I ain't gonna take that from you.
You gonna do it? Nah, I can't take no that. You know I'm on King Camp. Yeah, they can see these eyes and they open or close. They see everybody. Not what they supposed to.
Of course, you know that. You know, Cam. You probably listen.
Nah.
But they can listen.
What?
You know that? Yeah, I do this when they log on to YouTube. When they log on to YouTube. You know that? I learned that from Marcus.
Hey, Clint here.
Talking and hearing.
Yeah, because they log on to YouTube
The hill.
and they can hear and see, just like they was doing over in the room over
I
there.
told him it ain't working on.